I may fall in love too fast, give everything to make this last. That's just who I am, that's just who I am. I'll probably even put you first, and forgive you even when it hurts. That's just who I am, that's just who I am.
Hey, this is your boy Robert Brown with Winning with Love, and I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Please F Me series. Before we go into the teaching today on the Please F Me series, and this particular teaching is entitled The Origins of Effing, and how we talk about we got to F each other and we got to F each other right? I want you to pay attention in detail because we need to know, we're going to home in on one of the most components, one of the most rigid components of unforgiveness, one of, I say original seeds of unforgiveness, and that's lying. And in this Please F Me series, so make sure you listen to it. But before we go there, we're going to go into a video by a good friend of mine, and I tell you, this guy, his name is Bizzle. He's to me one of the hottest gospel rappers. I wouldn't even call him a gospel rapper. One of the hottest rappers around. He can go toe to toe with the best of them. But you listen to this song, and when you listen to this song, it's called This Ain't Love. And you're going to hear about some of the things that love is not. Remember, I did a series long ago called The Look of Love, and I talked about what love is and what love is not. Well, listen to this video, This Is Love, by my main man Bizzle. Then I'll see you back in the teaching session. Let's rock and roll.
Yeah. God over money, A Omega, hog mob, let's go. Sometimes I feel like I wanna quit, like I don't want the fame that seems to be coming with. But either way, I gotta do what I gotta do. So somebody hand me a slingshot and a rock or two. Bizzle, I'm going in before I go away. Here to follow Christ, see I'm kinda like his protege. Sent to let the world know, be ready cause he on his way. And them cats with you ain't gon' stand with you on his day. You say you love him, huh? But what's love to you? The way we learn to love is not love, do you? Understand that love is not when they come to you in dance, but over a stack or put a slug through you. Love won't always agree with you. We like yes men, but real men is what you need with you. Love will keep it 101. Love will watch his language in front of your son. Sometimes love's what makes the homies fight for you. Sometimes it's only cause fighting is what they like to do. Love ain't helping you cheat on your wife. Love will be like go home, be with your wife. Not sit up in the living room and listen to you beat on your wife, then come out and play Madden like it never happened. Love will tell you when you wrong, then help fix it. Love forgives, what is this? Cause this ain't love. So fickle. It's so conditional. Cause this ain't love. We just throw that word around, man.
Yeah, Lavoisier.
This ain't love.
There comes a time in life where you just gotta up and quit and separate from the foolishness that you grew up with. There's a feeling of power you get when you grip a pistol, but it's foolish to take a life just cause somebody dissed you. Now how you say it's love when you pass your man to ratchet and incite him to commit murder? Now we in the casket or doing life in prison, and you don't write a visit. Your man died, you don't even go to see his children, much less your own. But when I ask you why you hustle, you tell me cause you got kids, homie, what you own. Come on, we gotta do better, homes. Go to college and put our families up in better homes. Come on, we too grown to reject what's known. Trying to reason with you, so I hope you accept this poem. Risk your freedom and your life for keys to beamers and some ice. You can't be beating on your wife and teach your seeds about what's right. Hope that you get to the point where you can't even sleep at night. Bible say Jesus is coming like a thief inside the night. Coming back, and you be wise to heed the truth and seek and let it speak to you. And nah, I ain't perfect at it, but what I speak is true. I know that life is hard, but that ain't no excuse. Feeling like they pass you by and barely even notice you. What's missing you get from the one above, so we can learn what nobody ever showed us, fam. Cause this ain't love. It's not, fam. I know you feel like it is, but this ain't love. You know? Gotta change, man.
Yeah. Are you conscious? Great, then may we conversate. Step out in faith, you gotta wait. Love conquers hate, it's frustrating, I relate. But seeking perfect love within imperfect people, that was my mistake. I see now if I ain't with him, then I'm limited. My love is a gimmick, it is limits, his is infinite. Mine's sinful, it is simple, his is intricate. Nowadays, our idea of intimate is the internet. It's like I'm quick to say I love you if you doing for me, but if you lose what I am using, do it moving, homie. Because you were only a means to an end. That's why the Bible says be careful sharing dreams with your friends. All my bangers have love for that other crew. They got brothers who died and brought tears to their mothers too. It started with brotherhood, not hating on another hood. A gang of cowards misused it, look what it drug us to. They'll turn you out just to turn on you. They'll catch a case and put the burn on you. They'll say they love you, then they pass the pistol. Give you a sack of crystal if you ain't with it, and then you yap. That's the issue, how is that official? Our thinking's distorted, so much discord. It's like we need to activate love, but where's the switch for it? True love will scold you to mold you. Never say I told you so it'll hold you, but let you go too. Man, that's so true. Love is patient, love is kind, man. Cause this ain't love, you know what I'm saying? We do a whole lot of things, but love ain't one of them, you feel me? This ain't love. That's it.
And this person lied to save himself. So he come to do two things. He come to accuse the brethren. He comes to cause people, and he come as he's the accuser of the brethren. He's the father of lies, and that's his job. My job as the devil is accuse and tell lies. Accuse and tell lies. Accuse and tell lies. And guess what? It is his job to get you to accuse and tell lies. See, Eve messed up, and we'll talk about that in the next series. But look, Eve never really sat down and learned for herself what did God really say. That's why it was so simple for Satan to get in through her versus Adam. Yes, Adam was right there with him. He was now on the right side of God, and he could have stopped that. But the point is, Satan was smart enough to go to the weak link because he knew he couldn't pull that on Adam. Well, at least he shouldn't have been able to pull that on Adam because Adam had the authority. But he got to her because she wasn't strong in what God actually said. And we have to get strong. When it comes to people, we need to look at people through God's eyesight instead of our own. What is actually the deal with this person that God brought in my life? I can't look at the surface. I can't even be dumbfounded by how great they are. I can't even be dumbfounded by the negative part. Because yes, they're great, but yes, they got negative in them because of default, or what we call sin. We all have a default. You have one that's harboring unforgiveness and resentment and bitterness. I have one. I don't harbor it now because I learned some principles that I'm teaching you. But I can, and I've had for about an hour or maybe a day. But I remember that I'm a love child. I'm an agape maniac. I'm not allowed to have bitterness, anger, and resentment. What is resentment? Well, you resent that you ever got with this person for whatever time that you have. You resent that you took the job. You resent that you went to this church. You resent that you got married to this woman. You resent that you got married to that. You resent that you had these kids. You resent that you moved in this neighborhood. You resent that you got that towel. You resent that your lips so big. You resent that you got... People find ways to instill things that cause unforgiveness to come in your life. Accusation and lies are also seeds of unforgiveness. FING principle number 2. Accusation and lies are also seeds of unforgiveness. Whenever you go around accusing, or if you go around lying, you make the atmosphere conducive for unforgiveness. So, when you go around accusing people, or lying on, and me being in Central Park, I guess God had me here for a reason today because I'm thinking about it. That whole thing was about accusation and lying. They accused those boys and lied, and come to find out they had nothing to do with it. A lot of times we're accusing this person and we're lying on them, and we think we're not lying on them. If you don't know a person and you assume a person might be this way, or you assume they're going to be this way, even if they made a default one time, that still don't validate they're going to be this one way. But when you do that, guess what you become? An accuser and a liar. And when you accuse somebody that you really don't know, guess what you're going around doing? Lying. If I accuse you of this and I don't know you, I'm lying on you. And guess who I'm operating like? The accuser of the brethren and the father lies. God doesn't do that, and we should neither. Now, I'm gonna say a couple more things and I'm gonna close. Remember effing principle number 2. Accusation and lies are also seeds of unforgiveness. Accusation and lies are also seeds of unforgiveness. But the validation of God is the seed of forgiveness. Accusation and lies are also seeds of unforgiveness, but the validation of God is the seed of forgiveness. In other words, yes, you have, you from what you see they may have, but that's an accusation. From what they saw here, with the little evidence that they gathered up, they conjured up evidence. And the way they laid it out, because some of us lay stuff out to try to prove our case in our own mind, not to other people, but to ourselves, that this person is this way because they did this. They did that. They had the stuff chronological, whatever they call it, laid out that they did the crime, and couldn't find out they did not do the crime. They were not the evil, wilding boys that they were supposed to be doing. Turn out these guys always been great kids. Everybody said that about them that knew them. And I met them personally, and they great guys. Accusation and lies, however, are the seeds of unforgiveness. But the validation of God is the seed of forgiveness. You got to start validating that person, I don't care who it is, by this, the Word of God. Validation of God. What is the validation of God? That they're highly prized. They're precious in my sight. They're a jewel of great price. Victory is theirs as long as they're walking in me. That person is great. See through God's eyesight that God believes the best of everybody. That God already see you as who He made you to be. You may not be that yet, but He already see you that way. And we should do the same thing. This person is great. Yes, they made a default. Yes, he lied to me. Yes, she cheated on me. Yes, he stole from me. Yes, they did that. But I forgive them. I will not leave my wallet laying around, but that don't mean I'm not going to be their friend and not have nothing to do with them. I'm the very person that they need in their life to help them become better. The love that I displayed to them motivates them to do best, man. I think about people who had children killed by mass murderers. And as a result of it, they grew closer to God. And they actually forgive that person. And actually go see that person. And actually form the friendship with that person. And now they become almost like family. And this person killed their children. What could cause all that? The love of God and the power of effing people, the power of forgiving people. The love of God is that power that causes you to forgive people who are unforgivable, unlovable. It's going to take God to do that. And if you're not willing to step in this game of being an agape maniac and allowing the Spirit of God to work around you, work through you to other people, you're going to make yourself miserable. And some of the most miserable people in the world are people who have made a decision that they're going to cut people off, they're going to overprotect themselves. And like I said, you got a right to do it, but you got a right to walk in the middle of the road and get hit. You're going to die. And the same thing here. This stuff will kill you if you don't learn how to effectively F people. And you don't learn how to F them right. And F them good. And give them the best effort they had in their life. You gotta learn how to forgive people, forgive them right, forgive them good, and give them the best forgiveness experience they've had in their life, where they'll be motivated. They will be motivated to go around and do the same thing. The next effing principle was just effing principle, I think, number 3. But I want to stop here and say you have to remove accusation from your lifestyle to be a great forgiver like God. This is proper forgiveness. This is proper forgiveness. In other words, you got to remove accusation from out of your life if you're going to be a fanatical forgiver like God, a crazy forgiver like God. See, I'm going to tell you my own personal story.
Hate it. The love of Jesus is for all, even those that hate us. I know me and you ain't the same. What about love? I know me and you ain't the same. What about love? I know me and you ain't the same. What about love? I know me and you ain't the same. What about love?